Imran, what is your take first on what Elon Musk said this weekend?
Well, it was mildly incoherent, but it appeared that Elon Musk, a foreign centre-billionaire, was calling for violence on the streets of Great Britain and being cheered on and encouraged and enabled by a man who claims to want to make Britain great again. What on earth would make Britain great again by seeing more political violence on our streets? Something that didn't used to affect our country but has in recent years. And I can't think of anything more un-British or unwelcome in the UK right now.
I was quite struck this morning when I was listening to the Today programme there that Jonathan Hall, who's the UK independent reviewer of terrorism legislation, he said Musk's comments wouldn't have broken the law. He said politicians use martial language all the time, don't they? I mean, metaphors such as fights and struggles are pretty normal. And he was talking about it contingently, wasn't he? He wasn't saying go out immediately. What's your reaction to that? He wasn't breaking the law. It wasn't incitement.
I mean, perhaps he's right and it wouldn't have broken the law. I'd like to see it tested in court, which is precisely where these things should be tested. But let me read for you his own platform's rules on inciting violence. The platform states that it does not allow content that incites, promotes or encourages others to commit acts of violence or harm, threats to inflict physical harm on others, and says that it will remove or reduce the visibility of violent content to ensure the safety of our users and prevent the normalization or glorification of violent actions. So that's his platform's own rules that are poorly enforced, to be frank. But nevertheless, you know, he's out there calling for violence on British streets. I do think this is a man that isn't fully in control of what he's saying. And sometimes when you're trying to sort of, asking like, what do you think about what Elon Musk says? You're thinking, crumbs, I don't think I know. I'm not sure he does either.
Are we overstating the influence of him then?
I think Elon Musk, his influence comes not necessarily just from his voice, but his ability to control the algorithm on a platform that, like it or not, is used by journalists, politicians and many others, and is the site of quite a lot of crucial democratic discourse. Now, I think it's worrying that it's the site of so much discourse, and that the algorithms that shape what wins and what loses on that site, because, there's a couple of 100 million people that post there. It's one of the smaller sites, but nevertheless, the algorithm decides who gets visibility and who gets suppressed, essentially. And he now has his thumb on the scales. But he also uses that platform to promote lies, as he did last summer. Last summer, when 3 girls were killed in Southport, he came out and blamed it on an asylum seeker. That led directly to the riots that happened in Britain. And I think in that instance, what you've got is someone spreading disinformation that leads directly to the worst race riots in my lifetime, in my country. And I think that that's shameful and disgusting. And Ed Davey was right in part. We shouldn't do business with him.